Testing, testing. Quick mic sound test. Yep, all good. Sound test. One more sound test. Might just turn the music too loud, might turn it down a bit. What's going on, everyone? BTD Gamers channel here. I started late. I'm not gonna lie. I took a little nap, so I started a bit late. But it's fine. I'll make up my time. The nap, if anything, with the nap, it means I got energy again, so it's all good. I had a bit of a headache before. That's fine. I had a bit of a headache before. That's why I took a nap before. But yeah. Anyway, so what's going on stream? BTD Gamers channel here. Today is my weekly stream for BTD Gamers. Today's the week though where I do my non-gaming stream. So today I thought for my non-gaming stream this week let's talk about gaming. So there's a few subjects I've chosen to talk about today. I thought if you can see my in the caption of the stream, I thought let's talk about consoles, devices, console gaming devices. What else? I'm going to talk about some cool gaming venues, events, and stuff that I've experienced or that I want to share with you a lot. And I'm just going to talk about like some early gaming experiences for me and like just childhood, teenage gaming and all that stuff for me. Nah, it wasn't that. It did turn into full sleep. Yeah, my sister in the Twitch chat, I did turn into full sleep. I literally fell asleep. But yeah, anyway, yeah. So I'm streaming on the BTD Gamers TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, I have two streams running: a horizontal stream and a vertical stream, depending on your screen preference. But it's alright. But let's get straight into things. So first of all, I want to talk about consoles and game devices. So I want to talk about in terms of like experiences. Like it could be ones I've had when I was a kid. Experiences I've had with certain gaming devices and consoles, ones I wish I had, stuff like that. It'll be on the line that kind of topics. So, first thing is, I'm going to be using a lot of Google images and YouTube videos to talk about some of the stuff as I talk about. So first of all, I'm going to talk about the OG Xbox console, the OG Xbox. So, if I can, let me get a nice image for you. Just realized I I'll just use this. This screen should be fine. So yeah, when it comes to my first ever experience on Xbox, I got to I grew up enjoying the original Xbox. And the version we have in my house, we still have it. It's in my sister's room. We still have this. We have when they made that limited like special edition green Xbox. So this is the version we had in my house, and this is one of the special versions because you know how you got the original black version of the Xbox. This is the version we had in my house. Remember when we first got this? We bought off a buyer. I think we bought a second hand, and it came with the two. It came with the two green controllers as well. Cause I can't remember. This was like a special. Was that a special Xbox or Halo edition? I think. I'm gonna have to Google it. Let me just Google it a bit, cause there's some things I can't remember about it. Let me see. Original Xbox green. Yeah, it was a rare limited edition version that came out. It came out 2004. It was this. So it's a special Halo edition. Yeah, it was a special Halo edition. And of course, anyone who knows Halo, especially me who loves Halo, having this is a big deal. This version, and we got this second hand. The first game we got, I mean, I played other versions of this game prior, other games to this prior our version, the version we had. But of course, the first game I ever played on the Xbox was Halo 2, because we originally a friend of ours let us borrow his Xbox, and we play Halo 2 on it. And I can tell you right now, I fell in love with it. Halo 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. And even as someone who plays fighting games a lot, I can definitely say Halo 2 is one of my favorite non-fighting games of all time as well. Without a doubt, I love the crap out of Halo 2. And yeah, we got our version sometime afterwards, secondhand. We bought secondhand off eBay. And the first game we had on that was Shadow the Hedgehog, actually, because the person who sold it to us with Shadow the Hedgehog. And I'm gonna like, I know it's debatable in the Sonic community, but me personally, I like Shadow the Hedgehog personally, even though I know there's people that say Shadow the Hedgehog was okay compared to other Sonic games, but I was a big fan of Shadow the Hedgehog personally. But yeah, but this is this is the one we had, and we still have it. The only annoying thing though about is one of the controllers. So it came with two of the controllers as well, two of the special edition controllers, the green controllers, the Halo ones. One of them still works fine. The other one, it works fine still, but the wire is loose now. Where we basically had to like tape up the wire. You know the thing with a lot of wired devices where you have to bend the wire, tape up, use elastic band, whatever to keep the wires straight. It's gotten to that point basically where I'm hoping this. I don't want, if that controller ever goes though, I don't want to get rid of that controller. I want to keep it still, just to have it as a side, like a little like a, what's the word? Like a little sentimental value thing to have it on. Hopefully, if there's people out there that can restore old controllers, I would happily pay to that controller restored. Because, like I said, it's not like the original black. It's not like the standard original black controller. It's the limited edition controller. So I would want to fix that if I could. Definitely, without a doubt. Then, alright, so there's that. Then, alright, so yeah, then another console I want to talk about, a handheld console. A handheld console that I grew up playing. The original, the first ever Game Boy, Nintendo Game Boy. So this belongs to my sister. She still has it. This was my sister had a Game Boy, and of course, she let us play it when we were kids. And like this thing, so first of all, like these old consoles, they were hefty. They had some weight to them, and like this thing, you could either, it did actually have a plug that you could plug it in and play with it, or if you didn't use the plug to power up, you would have to. This thing would require four, I think if I remember, 4 AA batteries. You know how a lot of things now that use batteries, like especially AA, you just need 2 now. This thing, when you had to play this thing, it's just like the Sonic Game Gear as well. This thing required 4 batteries to power up and play. So yeah, like my sister had this. If I'm correct, I mean it was the first game I played on it when she had, like, when she let us play with it. Super Mario Land. I love, but I can tell you right now, I could easily play Super Mario Land loads. Like, I'm not gonna go into the description because I'm gonna talk about some early gaming bits later. But yeah, Super Mario Land, used to play that a lot, and I still play that now. I still play a lot now. That's the first game I played on that, and I can't. And then, of course, I remember my sister had Tetris, but that got lost because of what was it? I think we let our cousin. I think we let our cousin borrow it, and he lost it, if I remember. I can't remember, something like that. But yeah, so my brother has Pokemon Red on it that he had on it as well. We should play on it, but that got lost because my cousin lost it. It's fine though. I mean, because I like collecting retro games. So I got my own copy of like Pokemon Blue. I have to play on it. Um, that I mean, I got my own copy. I mean, I don't even have. I mean, I don't even have. I wouldn't even play. I just have the old console. I just have the old games for like retro sake now these days, isn't it? Retro collection. But then I remember my brother's friend let us borrow his Spider-Man game on the Game Boy. We have it. We still have it because he said he let us keep it. He basically let us keep it. So we have his copy now because he let us keep it now. But the old Spider-Man game on Game Boy that I used to play on my sister's Game Boy as well. But yeah, good old time. But I would the way I would just bang at Mario on this constantly, 100%. But also this is like memories, bro. Also, I'm gonna be switching between my webcam and screen just because, just to avoid all like random background images in it. All right, so now let's talk about the first ever console I played because we still have this as well. Me and my family still have this in our house. Like our parents bought for us when we were kids. So yes, the Sega Master System. The Sega Master System. This was my first ever console as a kid growing up. We had Sonic the Hedgehog 1, Streets of Rage 1 on this. It came with two inbuilt games. It came with like a it wasn't Duck Hunt because that's Nintendo, but it was a Duck Hunt types game because we used to have like the old school uh, um gun controllers you can get for a lot of these games where like you use like I don't like that old school like laser screen technology thing. I don't even know how to describe it, but like yeah, the one when it used to have like the laser screen detector things. Yeah, we had like it came with an inbuilt like free shooting game like that, and it also came with like an inbuilt like maze kind of game. But to access the maze game, you would have to boot up the console, and then you have to hold up like a set of buttons, and it would boot up the maze like kind of game. Ah, but yeah, the hours I spent on the Smart System playing like the hours I spent on the Master System playing like Streets of Rage. Yeah, I spent hours. I could play Streets of Rage 1 and Sonic the Hedgehog 1. Sonic the Hedgehog the Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and Streets of Rage 1 are my favorite of those games in their respective franchises. Is because of how much I used to spend playing on the Master System. Oh yeah, the Hidden Maze game. Yeah, see, my sister in the Twitch chat, yeah, she remembers as well. Yeah, the Hidden Maze game. Yeah, like I said, you had to hold a set of buttons to load the maze. You had to hold up a set of buttons to load the maze game. Actually, no, tell a lie. It had three inbuilt games. Yeah, you had to hold the set on the start. You had to hold the set of buttons for the maze game, and then, or if you let it boot up without a cartridge, it will give you access to the other games. The shooting game. To access the shooting game, you just let the thing start up. Then you just have to have the gun plugged in and press the trigger button. And then it came with like a free racing. I think it was like a motorbike racing game. Same thing with the shooting game. You just let the game console start up, and then you just have to press the start button on your standard Master System controller. But like yeah, even the Sega Master System, like it had your D-pad and just a 1-2 button, like two buttons. You see a lot of controllers now, like standard controllers, you have your four default buttons, your D-pad, thumbsticks, your two bumpers, your two triggers. Yeah, this thing was just 1 and 2 button, 1 and 2. That's it. A lot of games just ran on a standard D-pad and 2 buttons. But yeah, I know I got so much. I have so much childhood memories of like it. I Master System just because of this. I know it has so much sentimental value to me. The Master System, like we used to have like there was so many other games. There was like this game that you could play with 3D glasses. Like remember those like old school 3D glasses that you could get like with the red and blue lenses. I mean, it would probably work with like standard. It would probably work with standard 3D glasses now if you plugged it in. Like there's like this like action kind of game. There was what else? I'm trying to remember what we used to have on Master System. I remember I bought like like this casino game, like because I was buying games for the Master System even way after I was a kid, like, just through eBay and stuff. Sonic Spinball. What else? Wow, there's so many Master System games I can think about. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Master System. This was my first ever console. Childhood. This device was to me. Now let's talk about something more modern. So yeah, I'll use it right now. I'll show you this right now because I'll show you this lot right now. Good choice of background music. So yeah, I'm sure I'm using my Steam Deck. So I'm using my Steam Deck as a side screen so I can look at the um look at stuff for. So my Twitch chat because I'm using multiple screens to keep track of my chats. But yeah, my Steam Deck's got my Twitch chat on right now. My Twitch screen and chat on. But yeah, so that's my Steam Deck OLED. Yeah, so yeah, let me just show you that again. So yeah, this is my Steam Deck OLED. Yeah, this is the Steam Deck OLED I got. I bought this like 2 years ago now, roughly 2 years ago, and I got it with the docking station as well. My Steam Deck OLED with the docking station. I can't lie, the way I love my Steam Deck. I love my Steam Deck. Like, yeah, and I got it with the official docking station. This thing is so good. Like, I've had it for 2 years. I love the crap out of this. Like literally has like it's got like a, if I remember, it's inbuilt 6nm AMD APU. What else? Still got your D-pad, two thumbsticks, it's got the two track pads, the two pumpers, two triggers, and then it runs on like a, what is it? If I remember, it's like a 1280 800 RGB resolution, and yeah, HDR OLED. It's the OLED version, which is HDR OLED screen. I'm trying to remember um some of the specs it's got like inbuilt Bluetooth, Wi-Fi. It has like a slot for like for micro SD. I bought a micro SD to put in my one. I've got like a 1 TB micro SD in there, so I can install more games. Of course, with the docking station, I can plug it into like my monitors or like my TV through like HDMI, so I can play it off off TV. Bit like the Switch, where you can play it off. You can plug into your TV. What else? I'm just trying to remember what else it has. The refresh rate was again 80, 90. I think is it 90 hertz, 80 hertz? I think it's 90 hertz. 90 hertz, yeah, up to 90 hertz refresh rate. Just just to name a few things for you lot. But yeah, my Steam Deck, love my Steam Deck. And let's put a nice picture up of the Steam Deck, so you're not just seeing my face. But yeah, love my Steam Deck. Honestly, like I said, I love my Steam Deck. Love my Steam Deck. With the docking station. If I want to play Steam games off my TV, I can use this. And like also like there's the Steam machine as well that I want to get. I might talk about that in a bit. If I'm about to talk about that, I might talk about the Steam machine as well. But yeah, like I got so many games on this. And also it's great. Because of the docking station and just the Steam Deck itself. It's so good to carry around with me because it's portable in it. It's literally I have so many games in my Steam library. So having this portable Steam console with me, like Steam device, with the docking station, I can whenever I'm traveling out of London, I can use it to play games on the train. If I'm at a hotel room, plug the HDMI in through the docking station. And I do the same with my laptop as well. But sometimes I'll use my Steam Deck as well. I'll be in between my Steam Deck or my docking station, or if I'm at my friend's house, don't want to carry my whole ass laptop with me. Bring the Steam Deck to my friend's house with the docking station, plug it into their TV, their monitor. Play some Jackbox, play some Tekken, Street Fighter, and of course with the docking station, the docking station, the official docking station has 3 USB ports as well, and a few other ports as well, it has like an audio jack. But even then, if you want to play up to 4-player games, you can still plug a USB adapter through one of the USB ports, and then you can still have 4 controllers running off the Steam Deck docking station. So yeah, I love this thing. The only annoying thing about my Steam Deck, which is annoying, it's my fault. To be honest, it's my fault. I've had this thing for 2 years. I managed to damage the right speaker on the Steam Deck. So I can still get sound on my Steam Deck, the standard Steam Deck, because the left speaker still works. It's just I damaged the right speaker because let's just say I dropped it silly once, and that basically made the right speaker on my Steam Deck go. But I can still play with sound because the left speaker still works. It's just if there's any panning sound, like left-right panning sound, anything that's more on the right side of the pan. The panning sound, yeah, it won't be as effective. But as long as the left speaker still works, it's fine. And I've searched. You can get it repaired, either sending your Steam Deck back through Valve or like tech shops and stuff. You can get it repaired. Or you can actually repair it yourself, because you can buy the parts yourself to repair it. So at some point, I do want to repair the right speaker on my Steam Deck. But other than that, my Steam Deck still works like a charm for the most part. I don't really have issues with how it is. For after 2 years, it's still working like a charm. It's just the speaker thing, and the one of the trackpads on it. Sometimes I have to refresh the console to make the trackpad work again every once in a while. Same thing with the sound import. Sometimes I have to refresh it every once in a while for the sound import to work again. But it's just like little programming things where you can just fix it on the control panel and stuff like that. But yeah, other than that, the only major annoying thing is mainly the right speaker. That's the only thing. That's the only annoying thing about it. I wish I need to get fixed soon. But yeah, let's see how. Because I want to try. I want to try to divide all the sections evenly. Let's talk about one more gaming device that's important to me. Let's think. What would be a cool one to talk about? because I'm literally I'm doing all this on the go. I'm doing this on, as in I planned out what I wanted to talk about in terms of gaming consoles, devices. I said I was going to talk about early gaming and cool gaming spaces. But the subjects I'm talking about, the individual subjects I'm talking about, I'm thinking about on the go. I'm not gonna lie to you. So yeah, that's my Steam. I love my Steam Deck. Uh, um. Ooh. In fact, you can't. I can't go without talking about this one. I can't. Let me load up a nice image for you. Look. Here we go. PlayStation 1. My first ever, I played the first ever PlayStation I played. My sister has the PlayStation 1. She bought this time ago. She got the new edition. So you know how you had the original brick, like the more chunky original version that has like the reset button and stuff. Then you had like the smaller slim edition PS1. That's the one my sister got. She bought that, and oh my god, the amount of gaming experience I enjoyed and loved growing up on the PlayStation 1. And PlayStation 1 is also home to one of my favorite all-time games ever as well. Final Fantasy 9. Like, yet again, as someone who mainly plays fighting games, when it comes to non-fighting games, Final Fantasy 9 is like another, somewhere in my top 3 of non-fighting games, without a doubt. But, like me, my sisters, even my brother, we used to play a lot on the PlayStation, you know, Street Fighter Alpha 3, Pack Converse SK1, let's think, yeah, Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy 8, Final Fantasy 7, you know, Metal Gear Solid 1, Looney Tunes, the Looney Tunes Racer, is it called Looney Tunes Racer? The Looney Tunes racing game, basically, but Looney Tunes Racer, whatever it's called. Oh, so many memories. I don't know, any that comes to your mind, sis? If it comes to your mind, mention it. You can mention it in the chat, Twitch chat. What else? Oh, there's so many games. I'm just trying to remember it on top of my head. I said Final Fantasy. And I got Grand Theft Auto. I remember playing Grand Theft Auto 2 and Grand Theft Auto 1, and then the Grand Theft Auto 1, the UK edition. What else? What other games come to mind? There's so many. I'm just trying to think on top of my head. But yeah, I mean, the time I spent playing Final Fantasy 9, Capcom vs. K1, Street Fighter 3, oh Tekken 3, yeah, Tekken 3. I remember playing Tekken 3 on PlayStation 1. I'm just trying to remember what else. I'm just trying to, but yeah, you know it. You know, like PlayStation 1 is such a, like a lot of the consoles I mentioned, like Sega Master System brought back so many memories, and some amazing classics. Like I said, with Sega Master System, you know, Sonic the Hedgehog 1, Streets of Rage 1. When I talk about when the original Xbox, you know, classics, you know, like Halo 2, Halo 1, well, Halo Combat Evolved. Oh yeah, I used to play Ninja Gaiden 1, Ninja Gaiden 1 and Black, Fable 1, Fable Lost Shadows of the Xbox, and then on PlayStation, yeah. Man, so many games to talk about. Anyway, I'm gonna end that section for now. You know, I'm gonna take a little break, and then I'm gonna switch to another topic. I'm gonna switch to the gaming space, gaming venue topic. So yeah, streamer, I'll be right back. Alright, stream, I'm back. Thanks for everyone that's still here, tuned in. BTD Gamers Mr. Challenge boy. So yeah, yeah, yeah again. So just to repeat, oh pardon me, I just had some cream soda. Pardon me. I'm streaming on the BTD Gamers TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube channels. If you're watching on YouTube, I have a vertical and horizontal stream running. Depending on your screen preference, pick whichever one. But yeah, let's continue on with let's talk gaming. So yeah, I now want to talk about what's I going? I want to talk about cool like gaming spaces, events, venues, stuff like that I've experienced, or I want to share with you lot that you lot can experience hopefully one day. Just something. So of course I live in UK. If you're watching from the UK, I live in UK London. If you're watching outside the UK, yeah, I mean these are two places you could probably want to check out if you ever come to London. You never know. But yeah, so the first place I want to talk about is a place called Free Play City. Let me see if I can load up some images for you lot. Let me just load up a tab of a couple images for you lot. So of course these are just images from Google, so there might be some changes. They might be different now, but just some images for Google for you lot to look at. So we have, yeah. So this is called Free Play City. This is an arcade, which is actually not that far from me. So where I live in London, I live in Hackney. I live in the borough of Hackney in London. This is Free Play City, which is also within. I mean, it's Manor House, which is kind of. Is it Manor House still Hackney? But like it's basically, let's say it's like a 20-minute public transport journey for me. And even if I walked there, it wouldn't be like super long. It would probably be like a 30 to 40 minute walk if I wanted to walk up there. But it's generally near. I've taken my sisters here. I've taken my cousin and niece here. I've taken friends here. I know friends that I go here that I meet up there. I know people that have been here and I meet up with them. I've been here for events. But it's basically an arcade venue. But it's one of those ones where the way they do it is they just charge you an entry fee. I think it's like £15 now, which is still decent. And then they basically you pay for the entry fee, and then you can play as many games as you want on the day. You pay your entry fee for the day. You can go in and play as many games as you want. So and then yeah, you can come in and out as much as you want, because the way they do it is like a wristband system where you pay for your entry, you get your wristband. You can come in as much as you want whilst it's open during the day. Play as many as you can want. So you think about like old school traditional arcades where you pay for your credit, and like how some games now credits at least like £1 and stuff, or 50p depending on what you're playing. Just imagine how many games you could fit in with your £15 entry fee. You would make up your £50 easily if you play a lot of games during a session there. And as well as that, sometimes they have console setups as well during events and stuff, or they might have a couple console setups out during the day, just during the day. But because I've been here for like fine game events where they're like, there was one time I went, there was like a Tekken event, like they had like Tekken and Street Fighter. It was a fine game event. They used to a friend of mine that I know from my mother called Ben. He used to host with his NGO crew here, like fine game tournaments and events here. You would have like like Street Fighter, Tekken, Guilty Gear, BlazBlue, all that stuff would be here. A community that I got to meet through my friend Darksy actually. She was an introducer because I first met Darksy when she cosplayed Taki at an event called Hyper Japan. A Japanese culture convention where they had like Japanese culture, gaming, anime, all that stuff. She introduced when I first met her, like it was a thing where I went up to her and said, "Oh, your Taki cosplay is sick. Can I take a picture of it?" And she said, "Yeah, cool." And then the typical, it went from that to like, "Oh, are you into fighting games?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm into fighting games." And she's like, "Oh, you should check us out, East London Fighters." And then yeah, the East London Fighters events were held at this venue, and this was before the venue was Free Play City. Like it was already a gaming venue where they did a lot of tournaments and stuff, and then then it grew into Free Play City. And like yeah, here's a few more images as well. Like you got Rhythm Games, like yeah, you have all the games here. There's like a bunch of Rhythm games. There's some shooters. There's an upstairs bit with like old school fighting games like First Strike, Street Fighter 2, a couple other like I think and there's like what Tekken 3 I think they have there as well. So yeah, just I'll just show you for the images. Yeah. So yeah, Free Play City. I can't what I can't let me what are the opening times again? Let me just double check what the opening times are again for you lot. If you're not ever interested, I would recommend it though. Let me double check the opening times for you lot. So yeah, what is it? So they're not open every day of the week. So they're open. So Thursday and Friday they open from 5 to 11 p.m. Saturday and Sunday they're open from 1 to 8 p.m. But I also recommend bringing their families and stuff. Oh, I'm no, I haven't talked about Chocodero yet. Sis, I'm going to talk about Chocodero at some point. It's actually one of the ones I'm going to talk about. Don't worry. I'm going to talk about Chocodero though. But yeah, so Free Play City, yeah. I mean, I recommend checking it out. You can. It's a very friendly place. Like every time I've been there, people there are always friendly. Definitely, if you're someone with kids, I recommend bringing your kids because, like I said, it's basically it's an arcade venue. It's just instead of like your instead of like your standard pay your credit, you pay your entry fee, go in there. Like I said, it's about I think it's £15 now because I haven't been there for like a minute now, but I used to like going there quite a bit, and I the last time I dropped there was like a couple of years back. But I definitely recommend it, and it's not far from my list, so I could always go back there again if I wanted to. But yeah, bring your friends, bring your family. Like I said, they like to host they like to host tournaments as well sometimes. Like if you're a big fighting gamer, they like to do fighting game tournaments sometimes there, and like where they'll have console setups as well. And then you can go in there, and you can still go in there, pay your entry fee, play your games, the rhythm games, the fighting games, whatever you want to play. A couple of shooters there. They got a pool table. They got some racing games as well. They got like Maximum Tune 6, Initial D. Yeah, I definitely recommend checking out Free Play City. So, like I said, it's in Manor House areas. Like if you're traveling up to like Stamford Hill, like Hackney Ends, definitely check it out. Alright, so the next place I'm gonna talk about is NQ64 actually. So NQ64. So there's NQ64 have quite a few branches. Let me just load up the website because they have so where I live in London, they have one in Soho, which is like where Chinatown, West End area. I've been to that one before and I do like it. I'll go if I'm in the area of if I'm in that area, I'll go there. And then there's one that's more close to me in London Shoreditch, which is like what I don't know, what 20-30 minute bus ride. It's not that far honestly. But then they also have one in like Manchester. They got one in like Birmingham. They also have one in Leeds as well. Yeah, one in Leeds. Yeah, so Manchester Peter Street, Manchester Northern Quarter. They got one in Bristol, Birmingham, Digbeth. They got one in Edinburgh, Cardiff, Glasgow, Nottingham, Newcastle, Leeds. And then where I live in London, London Shoreditch and London Soho. So the one in when I've been to both in London. So the one in Soho, is just bar and games. So the way it works is, you buy your credits you can either buy your credits at the bar or the credit station, and it works a bit like it's like tokens. Instead of like paying a pound coin for your credit, you buy the tokens, and your tokens are your credit inside the machines. But the one I like going to the one in Shoreditch more, number one because it's closer, but I enjoy the vibe at the Shoreditch one more. So the Shoreditch one, they have like a slide They have like, so when you first enter, they have like the slide that you can go into. I know it sounds simple, but it's fun. It's fun. It's just those fun things that just bring back your childhood. Where you go down the slide. I mean, you could walk that. You could just walk down the stairs, but I like taking the slide because it's fun, isn't it? They got the photo booth. There's all the arcade games. There's the bar, and then the reason why I like the one at Shoreditch was because they also have food. They also serve food at the one in Shoreditch, like, and I mean like proper hot food, like burgers, chips, you know, like sides and stuff like that. You know, like burger chips, like croquette bites, all that kind of stuff. Whilst the one in Seoul only does drink, is bar only. That's why I prefer the Shoreditch one, because if I would go to the Shoreditch one, have some drinks, have some food, play some games, and of course they have all the tables and booths, so that if you just want to sit down and chill, you sit down and chill, enjoy your drinks, then you can go back up, enjoy the gaming game. So yeah, but let me find some images on Google. NQ64 Shoreditch. Let me just start a couple on tab. Let me start a couple tabs for you lot. Alright, here we go. Yeah, I got some images on the tab on Google tabs from Google. Let me start them up for you lot. So yeah, like you can see, and it has like this cool retro vibe with, like, I saw that the fact it has like this cool graffiti art, like splash art kind of stuff, you know, and then you got all the arcade machines. See? And they even have like the basketball hoop games, like so yeah, NQ64 Shoreditch. And like I said, like I said, the one in Seoul is worth checking out as well. Definitely check out the NQ64 because they're both really fun. I just prefer the Shoreditch one. That's it. And like I said, the only reason I prefer is just because the fact that they have bar, food, drinks, you know, arcade, chill. The Soho one's the same thing. They just don't have the food bit, and also the Shoreditch one has the slide, whilst the Soho one doesn't have the slide. I know the slide the most, like I said, the slide's the most simplest thing, but I love the slide. I love the slide. Okay. Next place next place I would like to talk about with you. So I mentioned NQC. I mentioned the multiple NQ64 venues. Oh, no, I mentioned Free Play City. Oh yes. I want to mention Hard Gaming. Hard Gaming is another place I want to mention. So, pardon me. Hard Gaming is another arcade venue similar to Free Play City, where you pay your entry fee. I think Hard Gaming is £50 as well. Same thing. So Hard Gaming is another arcade venue, like a more modern day arcade venue in Croydon. It's in Croydon. They open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 12 to 7 p.m. And yeah, like I said, it's Croydon. Easiest way I normally get is, what is it, sis? We take we take the overground from Dalston Junction to East Croydon Station, I think it is, and you just walk up a bit. So yeah, like I said, it's in Croydon. Opens every Friday to Sunday, 12 to 7 p.m. And it's like another arcade venue where you pay your entry fee. If I remember, if I'm correct now, it's been a while since I've been there, just because so Croydon is part of London as well, but for where I live, from where I live in London, best way to describe it is I live in one side of London, Croydon is another side of London. So it's a bit of a trek to go from this side to that side of London. But you know, I like to still go there every once in a while with my friends, my sisters. Or like one time we went there for my friend's birthday, because he was like, let's have a chilled birthday, let's go hard gaming, let's travel up to Croydon, go hard gaming, let's enjoy some arcade games at Croydon. And we did a few other stuff at Croydon as well, just to, you know, make his birthday worthwhile. We went Nando's, then we checked out like this board game like cafe kind of thing, and that was fun. But yeah, so let me load up some images of hard gaming. So yeah, this is hard gaming. So you can see like yeah, they got all these arcade machines, and they also have console setups as well. So yeah, hard gaming and more like, and like one thing I will say about hard gaming is, so this is why I balance out my pros and cons with free play city and hard gaming for me. This is where the two most important things are for me. What I prefer about free play city, it's more local. What I prefer about hard gaming, it has more range. So free play city has less range, but it's local. So it's easy to get to, easy to access for me. Where I live, it's like if I want to just go there casually, it's quicker. I can easily just go there casual because it's quite local to me. Hard gaming, it's more further because, like I said, it's another side of London. From where I live, it's another side of London to travel to, so it takes longer. But when I get there, I enjoy the fact that they have more range than Free Play C. But no disrespect to both venues. I love both venues individually. I love both venues for what they offer, and I will go to both happily. Either way, either way. And like you can see in this image, like they have like this House of the Dead games and stuff. Like yeah, hard gaming has, there's so many games. They got fighting games, shooter arcade games, racing games, and then a bunch of classic arcade games, a bunch of stuff. They also have the console setups there as well. And another thing that's good about another thing that's really good about free play not free play, sorry. Another thing that's good about, I mean, free play. I don't know if Free Play City offers it. They might do. I just don't know about it. But one thing that I know that hard gaming definitely has. One thing that hard gaming definitely has is they have a part. They have like there's like a seating area that's also they have like a seating / party area. So you can actually hire out the like seating parties, like party space in hard gaming for like birthday events or whatever kind of event you want. Like in fact, I've been there a couple of times where people were celebrating birthdays at hard gaming. They hired out the like party seating space, and they were having their own they had their own little party area where they celebrated. They did their birthday cakes, gifts, blah blah, and then the space is reserved for them. And then they go in and out of the space to enjoy the rest of the arcade, play their games with their friends, family, whatever they're doing. And then, of course, they can go back into the reserved party area, do whatever they're doing for their birthday. But like I said, I'm sure, I think you can just hire it in general for your own, I think, it's like a group area as well, you could say. You can hire it for your own group. But like I said, when I see it, from the times I've seen people use it, they were using it for their own party space, birthdays, stuff like that. So I think that's a really cool aspect. That's one thing that's really cool. If you do Free Play City, it would be good to. I mean, I'll research it myself. But if anyone knows if Free Play City has it, please let me know. Because I mean, like I said, if they do have it, I'm unaware. But because I've seen it at Hard Gaming, I know they definitely do it. But yeah, like I said, Hard Game I love. The only thing with Hard Gaming versus Free Play City is because it's Croydon is much more further for me, because it's one side of London to another. I would only go there every once in a while. But when I do go, flipping love hard gaming, without a question. Flipping love hard gaming. Alright, let's talk about another venue I want to talk about. Actually, you know what? Yeah, this is another venue I want to talk about. Loading bar. Let me quickly load up some images. Yeah, here we go. I've got some images there. So, loading bar in London, Stoke Newington. Hello. Well, how do you pronounce that? Oh, May JJ. Hello. Hello. How are you doing? Thanks for joining in. Thanks for joining on the Twitch chat. Hope you're good. Are you good, Mary JJ? I hope you're good. Thanks for joining. Yeah, honestly, thanks for joining the Twitch chat. I appreciate you. I appreciate you joining the Twitch chat and watching, just tuning in the thing. Hope you're good. I hope you're good, Mary JJ. I hope you're good. Yeah, and I know my sister. I know my sister's doing the Twitch chat as well. But yeah, thanks for honestly appreciate you. Appreciate you joining the Twitch chat for BTD Gamers. Yeah, I'm literally just talking about game. I'm talking about gaming. I'm currently talking about gaming venues, spaces, and events, stuff like that. But yeah, so at the moment I'm currently talking about Loading Bar in London, Sonington. So Loading Bar is extremely local to me. When I say extremely local to me, you had a tournament on Sunday. What tournament? What tournament was it? So yeah, like I'm saying, yeah. So Loading Bar. When I say Loading Bar is local to me, extremely local, I mean it is 5 to 10. It's literally 5 to 10 minute walk outside my house. It is literally down the high street outside my house. Where I live, Stonington High Street is literally just around the corner from me. Virtue Fire in Manchester. Gee, ayo, Virtue Fire. Hey, I mean, if this is your first time tuning into BTD Gamers stream, my name is BTD Gamers. My name is Mr. Chinese Boy. I stream on my own channel as well, but today I'm doing stuff for the BTD Gamers group. I'm a big fighting gamer. I'm a big fighting gamer. I love my Street Fighter. I love my Tekken, Marvel vs. Capcom. I love Virtua Fire. I play all fighting games. I'll be real with you. I play all kind of fighting games. You're gonna have to refresh me because from looking from your tag on Twitch, please refresh me, please refresh me because this is my first time seeing you on a Twitch chat. Oh, oh, okay, okay, okay. Okay, wait. So, are you using a different username on Twitch now or something? Oh, okay. Wait. So, did you change your username on Twitch? Because that's probably why I got confused. Okay, that makes sense now. Because I know because you have been on the BTD Gamers stream before, but that was back when you used to under Miss. Remind me, was it under Miss Lillian? Did you have it under? I can't. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Yeah, Miss Lily. That's right. Yeah. Okay, so no, because I was wondering, like, yo, so you did change your any particular reason for the change of name, or you just felt like doing something different? But only thanks for tuning. I mean, yeah, it's pretty late for us UK lot. Still, it's like 2:31 at the moment. But yeah, no. So yeah, I'm literally I'm just currently just talking about. So yeah, I'm doing one of my non-gaming streams today for BTD Gamers. Because basically, when I do BTD Gamer streams now, I have like a full week routine where I'll do two. So of course my streams are once a week for BTD Gamers. For 2 of the weeks, one stream will be a non-gaming stream. 2 of the streams will be a fighting game stream, and 1 stream will be a non-fighting game stream. But the way I'm doing it is every week. So basically think of it like a monthly plan, like a monthly schedule. Sorry. So 1 week. So the way I do is fighting game stream, non-fighting game stream, fighting game stream again, then a non-gaming stream. That's my structure for BTD Gamers at the moment. So BTD Gamers is basically it's a sub company under a company called Black Tech Day. Black Tech Day is basically a company that supports in financial education, technology, and gaming. BTD Gamers is a subdivision on the gaming side of Black Tech Day. And basically the whole point of BTD Gamers is that we, as well as providing content on our live streams and our social media platforms, we also do BTD Gamers and Black Tech Day and all the other subcats under Black Tech Day. We also do events and workshops for people that are interested in financial education, gaming, technology. In fact, we have there's a Black Tech Day event coming up late this year. The day hasn't been announced yet, but we do like a yearly main event, a couple of side events, and then the whole point of our platform as well is just to provide a voice. So the whole point of our platform as well is to also provide a voice for people that are interested in a passionate career path for gaming. People that want to become game design or professional gamer, game management. The whole point of BTD Gamers is to provide a platform and support that as well. So if you ever follow BTD Gamers more or come down to our BTD Gamers, come down to a Black Day event, you can always get the chance to meet my boss, who's really passionate about want to help support people that enjoy gaming but want to create into a career path as well. And just for people that enjoy gaming in general, because at the Black Day events, us lot from the BTD Gamers division side of it, we have these we literally have gaming subs at the events. In fact, I hosted at the last Black Day event. I hosted a Street Fighter 6 tournament, and my boss, with the support of the Capcom Europe heads, we had support from the Capcom Europe heads themselves. They supported us at the event, and they provided the prizes for the event for the Street Fighter 6 tournament I hosted. I was literally running a small Street Fighter 6 tournament there at the event. So yeah, I hope that briefly answered your question. Hopefully that did. But man, honestly, I love the new change in it. I love the fact that you got the Chinese characters in there as well. I think that's sick. But that's why I was so confused, because when you said you know me, I was like, huh? I've never seen that name in Twitch before, have I? and then when you said the twins, I figured out. I was like, ah. But cool on the change of name, honestly. Oh, you're moving to Hong Kong? That's why. I totally missed that bit before when you asked about the BTD Gamers question. Oh, you moved to when are you thinking of when you're planning on moving? And also I was gonna say, what's your main reason for moving? Ah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, as in Jeje's sister. Yeah, similar thing, since I'm Cantonese as well. Since in fact, one of my Jejes are watching in the Twitch chat as well. She's watching the stream right now. If you look at the Twitch chat, my Kimiko Train 2, that's one of my Jejes in the Twitch chat. But I get what you mean, as in, because I'm me being Cantonese as well. Jeje, Gogo, all that stuff. I get you. I get you. But yeah, sorry. Before I get out of topic, I was talking about loading bar in Stone Hinton before I get to it. But yeah, of course, please, anything I was asking, of course, feel free to mention it in the chat still. I'll read it whilst I go through my subject. So I just got off topic because I was so interested about everything you were telling me and just explaining BTD Gamers to you. So yeah, let me just load it. I got a couple of pictures loaded up. So yeah, this is loading bar in Stone Hinton. So like I said, it's a gaming bar. Loading bar is a gaming bar in Stone Hinton. You see, so you got the bar and loading bar as well. They serve food. They serve food as well, which is nice. So you can go there to drink, enjoy some food, play some games. So the way they got is, they have some of the tables have console setups. Then there's some tables without gaming setups, but they also do board games here as well. So you could sit on one of the non-gaming tables and play a board game. I couldn't find an image on Google. Here's another image for you. But if you see in the image, if you go down the hallway and then go down the left, there's a little hole in the wall bit on the left where they have some arcade machines there as well, which are free to play. So yeah, like I said, so they got the little hole in the wall bit at the bottom, like a little small room where they have some arcade setups. Then you have the tables with the console setups. Then there's board games there as well, and they also have a downstairs room as well. It's connected to the building. It's one of those ones where if you go outside the venue, they have a door on the side. They have a door on the side. It's the same building, but it's a different door that leads you to a downstairs bit connected to the building. They have a Nintendo Switch there as well. In the downstairs bit, they have a Nintendo Switch, a couple more console setups and arcade machines. And then because it's part of the same building, you can bring the board games up and down as well. They will and then bring your drinks with you up and down. So yeah, like I said, loading bar, drinks, food, console setups, board games, some arcade machines, chill vibe. Yeah, honestly, that's the best way to describe it. And like I said, for me, where I live in Hackney, Stoke Newington, this venue is in Stoke Newington. It's literally a 5 to 10 minute walk around the corner from my house, up the high street, 5 to 10 minutes. So anytime I meet my friends up, and because even when some of my friends go here and we meet up each other at the loading bar, I'm so lazy about it because I know it's around the corner. So I'll literally get dressed like 5-10 minutes before we have to meet up, and I'll literally just quickly get dressed, walk up the road, easy peasy. But yeah, no, I recommend loading bar. And also they used to have so they this is the only main venue now, but I think they still have some other. I think they still got a couple other venues outside of London. Let me just Google that. Let me quickly Google that for you lot. Let me just Google because they used to have other venues as well, but there's some that they closed down. But I think they still got some other venues outside of London, I think. Oh yeah, so there's the one I mentioned in Stoke Newington, with London Stoke Newington. They have a venue. They still got a venue, and they still got the Brighton venue. They used to have more venues, but now it looks like they've just gone down to the Stoke Newington and Brighton venue. But yeah, so because in London they used to have. Before the Stoke Newington venue, they had another venue. They had a different venue further up in Stoke Newington, because in fact this one's the more recent one. That so they had like ones in, what was it, Shoreditch? No, not Shoreditch. They had one in, what was it, Stratford. Was it Stratford? I think it was Stratford if I'm correct. Was it Stratford or Stratford? I can't remember. Something like that. They had quite a few in London. They had a different one in Stoke Newington, which they closed down, and then they made this one afterwards. But the previous one they had in Dalston, I used to go there a lot. Like I still go to this one as well. But I used to go to one that was like Stoke Newington / Dalston a lot before they opened up this one, and that one closed down. I used to go down a lot, and I met like I made friends. I'm friends with so someone I know called Ryan, another friend. And then a few other. There was a few people I made friends who used to work at that bar, and I made friends with them. But my boy Ryan, bless you Ryan, man. God, man, I know I haven't spoken to you in a minute, but anytime we do message each other, bless you Ryan. And then also, I remember I used to chat to my friend Paula a lot. I still message her here and there, but yeah, my friend Paula as well. And like yeah, that was the first loading bar that a lot of me and my friends went to. And I had such a blast there. And then, of course, that one closed down. But then they opened up this one in Stoke Newington, which is a weird one. So the older venue in Stoke Newington, I liked more for the vibe in terms of the way the game consoles were set up. But this one, I like the vibe more for. I like the fact that because the previous one didn't serve food. This one does serve food. I like to go there, eat some food, drink, play some games with my friends, play some board games. Yeah. Anyway, that's loading bar. That's loading bar. But yeah, I'm gonna end this section talking about gaming venues, spots, events, whatever, about Trocadero. Now, any of you old school London gamers, in fact, even if you're not a Londoner, I guarantee you there's people that, even if you're not a Londoner, I guarantee you know Trocadero in London, Soho. And I bet there's people outside of London that know London. In fact, I know people that would definitely know London Trocadero outside of London, outside of the UK. I guarantee you there is. Like, my sis Kimiko Train too. I'm talking about Trocadero now. Meme JJ, I know you. Yeah, I know you. I'm sure you know Trocadero as well. I'm sure you must know Trocadero as well. Yeah, Trocadero was like my It was my childhood arcade venue. And let's just say that when it closed down, when it eventually closed down, a lot of people in the London arcade community scene were so upset. I can tell you, they were so upset. I got to find some images for you. And Trocadero was a big ass arcade. It basically, if you ever travel to London now, London, so if you go to like Trafalgar Square, no, not Trafalgar Square, more closer to Piccadilly Circus. Was it? Is it basically, you know where the Rainforest Cafe in like Soho, Trafalgar Square, Piccadilly Circus areas? Like it was more around that side. Um, yeah, and then it was a big ass. So I got to find. Let me find some images for you lot. Because Trocadero is as very it was a very nostalgic and sentimental place to me when I grew up and enjoying arcade games. Honestly, I have to find some images for you. I'm gonna load up bare images of this place. And like they had the iconic escalator. I'm just gonna load up bare images of London Trocadero. So yeah, London Trocadero and like in West End. So like this was the entrance. You can go in. There's some shops in there. Then you go further deep, and that's where the arcade is. And the arcade was multiple floors. Like yeah, you got all the like Daytona arcade machines. Yeah, so yeah, this is what I meant. This is where you had the really cool escalators with the little beams, the little light lit up beams and stuff. You go up there like different levels of Trocadero. Yeah, like pool, bowling, more arcade machines. Yeah, and like you had like the escalator that takes you to the downstairs bit. Like there was more bits there. Yeah, Trocadero, man. Honestly, I I miss Trocadero with a passion. Like, oh my god, I miss Trocadero with a passion. Um, like what? Like yeah. Let me just load up more images, more images, more images for you lot. Yeah, I miss Trocadero with a passion. Honestly. So yeah, let's just say where I grew up in London, Trocadero was the place to hang out with your friends. Like you would go there, play arcade games. They had the bowling pool. They had the bumper cars. Like when I started playing fine games more, like me and friends and like some of my fine game friends, the Trocadero had like the dedicated fine game square, like fine game like square bit. I used to go up play Street. I used to play Street Fighter 4 there. There's First Strike, Street Fighter 2, Tekken 3, other fighting games. Yeah, honestly. And then you had all the Dance Dance Revolution, the DDR machines, all the racing games like Daytona, Maximum Tune, Initial D. You had like so with the shooting games, Time Crisis 2, Time Crisis 3, even 4. They had House of the Dead, 2, 3, 4. Oh my goodness, there's so many things I can talk about with Trocadero. I like, and because it was next to Chinatown as well. You go Trocadero, you go Chinatown, you go Trafalgar Square, go Piccadilly Circus, go Oxford Circus, go walk up Oxford Circus, go Hamleys. Like, oh my god, go Chinatown, go grab some food at Chinatown, go to one of the Chinese restaurants, go Chinese bakery, maybe go Wonkies or something. And then like you had the HMV, there was the HMV next to Trocadero as well. There used to be a HMV in Trocadero. If you don't know what HMV is, it's basically one of the. I mean, the HMV is back now, but it's not as big as it used to be. But HMV is basically like a multimedia shop, where you could buy DVDs, games, back in the days VHS tapes, all that stuff, music CDs. Oh yeah, and Fist of the North, oh yeah. If you've never seen the Fist of the North Star arcade machine, yeah, it's one of those ones that had like the 6 pads, and then the screen will show you what you have to attack, and then the pads will pop up as you have to attack them, and you got like basically attack the pads. Also, I wanted to. Oh, I forgot to say. I was gonna say, how was the virtual fire tournament you had was in as well? But yeah, oh my god, so many things to talk about. Like, and the thing is, what was so good about Track Day was because, like I said, there was so many things to do in West End. Like I said, I would go there with my friends and family, enjoy games enjoy the games at arcade machines, grab some snacks, and like I said, we'll go. We'll then because Chinatown's nearby, we'll drop down Chinatown, or it could be, or we were at Chinatown before then Trocadero, like vice versa, innit? And like I said, you can walk up the Hamleys, check out all the shops in Trafalgar Square, walk up, walk up Dean Street, walk up Soho, Trocadero. So, and in fact, there's one thing I want to double check about Trocadero on Google because what was it? Trocadero London. So yeah, so Trocadero closed in 2011. Jeez, that is 15 years ago when it finally closed down, which is sad. The amount of childhood memories that, and also yeah, previously, so at one point it was called Sega World. Like it was if I'm correct, it was owned by Sega at one point. Yeah, it was called Sega World, the Sega World Indoor Theme Park, which later became Funland, known for fighting games and racing simulators. So yeah. So there is another arcade near where Trocadero used to be, just fed Soho, called Las Vegas, which is still a fun little arcade. Honestly, it's still a fun little arcade, but it's not Trocadero level because Trocadero was multiple floors. I can't remember how many floors Trocadero was, but it was multiple floors. Maybe I can't remember. 3, 4, 5 floors? Maybe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember. But yeah. It was at one point. It was called Sega World, and then it got changed to Funland, and then unfortunately it closed in 2011. When did London Trocadero open actually? I'm trying to see when did it first open? I can't wait. When did it first open? So the Trocadero space itself was opened back in 1965, but it wasn't an arcade then. It became more arcade later on in its life. But yeah, like let's just say I spent a fair amount of my childhood in Trocadero, and it was sad to see it close in 2011. In fact, oh yeah, the pose with the punch, yeah, with the punching pads, yeah, I remember, I remember, yeah, because yeah, it's because those, and the thing is, those poles, they weren't padded properly, so if you actually punch the pole on the Fifth and North Star pads, it hurt if you miss it. And so I mean, hopefully newer versions of those kind of arcade machines they corrected by adding padding on the poles. But yeah, I know what you're talking about, sis. Those poles were tough. But yeah, and also a cool thing about the London Trocadero space as well, there was like a downstairs bit that led you to, like, was it the underground station? I can't remember. There was like a downstairs bit that had like a little skate park as well, and there were these people that were just, they had like a proper skate park where people would skate, and I can do some of them were gamers as well. They'll probably enjoy some skate and maybe go upstairs play to Trocadero and stuff. But yeah, Trocadero, childhood memories. It was so sad to see it close in 2011, and I tell you right now, a lot of people I know in the gaming space and the fighting game community have fond memories of Trocadero. In fact, I've spoken to some of them. They remember their time at Trocadero. A lot of the UK pro fighting gamers grew up playing fighting games in Trocadero as well. They'll jump on the arcade machines at Trocadero. And like what else? Example, Heart of Gaming, and I think maybe Free Play City as well. Maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe, but I know. But my guy Mark at Heart of Gaming, he in fact, when Trocadero closed down, he managed to preserve and save some of the arcade machines at Trocadero and bring it to his venue at Heart of Gaming. And in fact, at one point he done a thing where he gave away some of the old school, the original credits, credit coins from Trocadero as like a little gift thing he was giving to people around. But yeah, he managed to preserve and carry some of the machines to. I say carry, maybe I believe he bought some of them, but he managed to preserve and take some of those opportunities from Trocadero when it closed down and bring it to his space at Heart Gaming. So yeah, there's a lot of history and memory at Trocadero. Nothing else I can say. Not much more I can say. You know, any love for DDR came from Trocadero. Any love for Maximum Tune, Daytona, Time Crisis, House of the Dead, you know, fighting games. A lot of love for that came from Trocadero, and like the amount of time I spent with my friends and family there. Honestly, yeah. Nothing else I can say about that. Just pure nostalgia and memories, and just upset that it closed down in 2011. Honestly, I still miss Trocadero to this day. Honestly. Anyway, that's the end of talking about gaming spaces, venues, events, whatsoever. That you know. The next topic I'm talking about is early gaming. So when I say early gaming, it'll be talking about games or things in gaming that got me into gaming when I grew up. And some of it will cross path to the previous two topics I'll talk about, you know, as in consoles, devices, and the gaming spaces and stuff. But yeah, cool. I'll be right back. Anyway, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back, everyone. Alright, I'm back, everyone. Thanks again for everyone that's tuned in. And if you just tuned in, this is BTD Gamers Miss Challenge Boy. I'm streaming on the BTD Gamers TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. So yeah, this week I'm doing my non-gaming streams this week. So and instead I'm gonna pardon me, man, that cream soda has a lot of fizz to it. Pardon me. So yeah, I'm doing a let's talk about gaming. So during the stream I was talking about consoles and devices. This is more based on personal experience or personal things for me in terms of consoles and gaming devices. Then I was talking about gaming spaces slash events or venues in through my eyes and experiences. And I mean, if you just tuned in, if you watch the replay of the stream, you can talk about some of the gaming. You can look at some of the gaming venues I was talking about, and some of them that still exist. If you want to ever visit them, like Free Play City, Hot Gaming, Loading Bar, NQ64. These are like gaming venues you can check out. The only one that I talked about that doesn't exist anymore, which was more of a nostalgic memory thing, was London Chocodero. But now we're going to talk about early gaming for me. So I'm going to talk about a few things about early gaming, and then I'll close out the stream. That'll be my last topic, and I'll close out the stream. So the first thing I want to talk about is fighting games as my main form of gaming. I play other games as well, but fighting games is my main form of gaming. I like going to fighting game events, checking out fighting game, being part of the FGC, the fighting game community, going to playing fighting games at places I can. You know, I love fighting games. Like right now, I play Tekken 8 and Street Fighter 6 a lot. Tekken 8 more. And in fact, the music you're hearing in the background is the Street Fighter Alpha 3 soundtrack. So, you know, I grew up playing fighting games when I was a kid a lot. You know, back in the days, I played Street Fighter 2 on the old console, like Street Fighter 2 on the NES, Sega Master System. You know, on PlayStation 1, I played Street Fighter Alpha 3, Capcom vs SK1, you know, Tekken 3. Then, you know, I played Dead or Alive on the Dead or Alive on, like, I remember Dead or Alive Ultimate on the OG Xbox, playing Dead or Alive 2. I love playing First Strike. You know, 360. But where I started taking fighting games more seriously is when I played Street Fighter 4 on my 360. Street Fighter 4 was the first game that got me to playing fighting games. And then I want to talk about where it all started off for me. You know, Street Fighter 2. Playing Street Fighter 2 when I was a kid, growing up with Street Fighter 2, is where it all started for me. So yeah, Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter 2 was my first experience of fighting games. I grew up playing Street Fighter 2 a hell lot. Like, Street Fighter 2 was the first game I ever played, first ever fighting game I played. And like, it's funny to think how going from Street Fighter 2 as a kid, then start taking fighting games more seriously from Street Fighter 4 to now me playing, you know, Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8. I love fighting games. I love fighting games. You know, Street Fighter 2 put that passion for me, and then, you know, even now, you know, I got Capcom Fighting Game Collection 1 and 2, so I can play, and the Marvel vs Capcom collection. You know, playing, enjoying my experience with Marvel vs Capcom 2, Capcom vs SNK 2. Oh, yeah, Street Fighter 2 is where it all started for me as a kid. Playing this with my friends. You know, even as a kid, yes, okay, as a kid I was rubbish. Let's be honest. I didn't know what I was doing as a kid. I was just pressing buttons. But you know when you was a kid, and the first time you learn like a Hadouken input, a Shoryuken input, a Tatsumaki Senbeigeku input, or like doing a charge motion, doing Sonic Boom, doing M Bison scissor kicks, doing a Cycle Crusher with M Bison, stuff like that. And like Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Vega's my main character in Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Vega's a beast in Street Fighter 2 Turbo, no question. But that guy, fast walk speed, super fast, 50-50 mix up. Yeah, man. Street Fighter 2 is what got me into fighting games as a kid, and then I took it and I started taking it more seriously the older I got. And the fact now I go to places like I'll travel up to Birmingham for the VS Fighting Tournament, one of the bigger UK tournaments where a lot of the big name show up. I've been to like, you know, I like to enter the little tournaments like EGX, you know, MCM. When I went to like playing fighting game, enjoying some fighting games at Comic Con, MCM Comic Con, any convention. You know, I'm friends. In fact, through my travels at these fighting events, I'm friends with Richard and Mark, the Denton brothers, who are, you know, who work with Capcom Europe, and like I've done work with supporting Bandai and stuff. I know, I'm friends with them now. It's the point where like sometimes Mark will message me if there's an upcoming event that he thinks I might be interested in. Honestly, and my boss at BTD Gamers knows Mark and Richard because they support and help with the BTD Gamers sponsor, Capcom sponsors. Honestly, man, my love for fighting games, starting from Street Fighter 2 as a kid, has gone to the point where I get to experience stuff, network with people. It's honestly, I can't describe how appreciative I'm of it and how graceful that this love for fighting games has become for me now. The fact that I get to do work with BTD Gamers and whenever I stream my fighting games, I love it. I love it. I love it. Nothing else. There's nothing more I can say about that. Honestly, I love it. Enough said. Okay. So next early game thing I want to talk about is one of the games that I played as a kid that I love till this day still. I'm going to talk about a Final Fantasy game that I love. It's one of my favorite games. So I already mentioned this already. I already mentioned Final Fantasy 9. And in fact, Final Fantasy 9 I was playing before in my earlier section. Final Fantasy 9 is my favorite Final Fantasy game of all time. It's one of my favorite. When it comes to me enjoying non-fighting games, it's in my top 3 of non-fighting games of all time. I love Final Fantasy 9, and I love Final Fantasy as a whole, but Final Fantasy 9 is the one. And let's just say, last year was the 25th anniversary of Final Fantasy 9. I spent money on Final Fantasy 9 25th anniversary merch. That's all you need to know. Oh, that's a terrible image. In fact, that's a terrible image. Let me grab a different image. I just want to load a casual image whilst I talk about it in the background. Here we go. This is a good image. So yeah, Final Fantasy 9. So yeah, this is the Final Fantasy 9 game. This is the final. Had that battle with the boss and took some. Oh, you mean Ozma? Yeah. Well, yeah. Let's get into it. We'll get into that. So yeah, Final Fantasy 9. I can't tell you how many times I've clocked this game. Till this day, I love the shit out of this game. I've replayed and clocked this game so many times. I fought Ozma quite a few times now as well. So yeah, so my sister in the Twitch chat, Kimiko22, saying that the boss fight I had with Ozma. So for anyone that knows about Final Fantasy 9, Ozma is one of the hardest bosses in Final Fantasy 9. Not just in Final Fantasy 9. He's one of the hardest bosses in Final Fantasy history in overall. And outside of Final Fantasy, for people that just know about Final Fantasy in general, he's known to be a hard boss in fighting game history in general. The first time I ever beat Ozma, my sister was watching me fight him, but it got to the point where the fighting him took so long, and the amount of times I attempted, she tried to stay up and watch me play it, but it got to the point where, just because it was late night when I was playing it, she fell asleep, and then when I finally beat him, I woke her up and was like, yo, I finally beat Ozma, kind of like the way it was, that kind of like, yo, I finally beat him. Like, but yeah, Ozma, like if you don't know about Ozma, yeah, one of the most hardest Final Fantasy 9 bosses. It's at the point where, just to make the fight a bit more easier, there's a side quest with like these friendly creatures in the game, where if you find other friendly creatures, they help add attributes that make Ozma easier to fight. But even then, he's still difficult to fight. Because the reason why, because it's one of those ones where like, some of the attributes like disable his elemental abilities and stuff. But let's just say it's one of those things where like, if you didn't disable them, blah blah, he can absorb elemental attacks. So using elemental magic would be useless on him, and he does insane damage. He can do moves that basically just wipe out your whole team sometimes in one move. He has Cure Guard, which just gives him massive heal. So imagine doing bare damage, then he does a good amount of healing back. So you have to take. So you have to take away that damage again. And then, but the time I beat him, I got really lucky because I had Aiko on my team, and she has an ability where Phoenix, it's a RNG. It's an RNG. It's an RNG. If you don't know what RNG stands for, like a random number generator. But Phoenix will sometimes pop. If you have Aiko on your team, if you have Aiko on your team, Phoenix will. If the whole party dies, Phoenix will come back and revive your whole team. But that's like that's random. That time I fought him, I was lucky. Honestly. But yeah, Final Fantasy and like VV is my favorite Final Fantasy character of all time. I love VV. Garnet, Garnet is a Final Fantasy wife to me. I love every cast of Final Fantasy. So of the main 8 characters, I have some form of merch of at least all of the 8 characters at least. And like I said, I got the 25th anniversary merch. I got a couple of other Final Fantasy merches, Final Fantasy 9 merch. And like I said, because I love Final Fantasy as well. I've been to the Distant World Final Fantasy 9 orchestra concerts. Every time the orchestra decides to put a Final Fantasy 9 song on, you can see me getting bare gassed about it, getting bare hypes about it. And then there was another Final Fantasy orchestra concert that my sister went to. It wasn't the Distant Worlds one, but it was from another orchestra team. And then of course, again, when they play a Final Fantasy 9 song, I get gassed. I love Final Fantasy, all Final Fantasy though. So I'm happy about seeing the whole concert in general. But when it's a Final Fantasy 9 song, guarantee me you're just gonna see a big smile on my face. Guaranteed. Alright, so the next thing I'm gonna talk about. Let's see, what's the next thing I want to talk about? Let's talk about. Okay, you know what? Let's talk about the game that I love most from the Xbox generation. You lot know this already. I've played this before on my streams, and I mentioned it before about how much I love Halo. Let's talk about. Halo is another non-fighting game that I love the crap out of. Without a doubt. So Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy is my favorite RPG. Halo is my favorite first-person shooter, my favorite FPS game, and particularly Halo 2. So yeah, no question about this. Halo 2, the game I love most from Xbox. My Xbox days, when I first got when I first played the original Xbox, Halo 2 was the first game I played because my friend had Halo 2. Online multiplayer, like anytime, and not just Halo 2, but any Halo game. More the Bungie era of Halo, so Halo 1 to Reach, but especially Halo 1 to 3, the original trilogy. Online multiplayer, playing campaign, playing split screen campaign, split screen multiplayer, offline multiplayer, playing Slayer, Team Slayer, Capture the Flag, King of the Hill, playing the campaign, Halo 1, 2, and 3 campaign, Halo 2 campaign being my favorite game and favorite campaign, Halo 2 my favorite game, Halo 2 campaign my favorite, Arbiter, Master Chief, I love Katana, Arbiter is sick, Master Chief is sick. Like, when it came to Halo, the first time I played Halo online was actually from Halo 3 because we didn't have Xbox Live on our Xbox. But even then, back in the days, couch gaming, you and your friends play 2, 3, 4 player split screen, local multiplayer, couch gaming session. My God, a lot of my friends, I have a lot of fun memories playing Halo games with my friends. That would be Halo 2, Halo 1, Halo 3, whatever. Or Halo 1, Halo Combat Vibes, you know what I mean. Me like playing Halo with my brother, playing Halo with my sister, playing split screen campaign. And so Halo, of course, Halo came out during my what was it, late childhood, early teenage days, roughly. And of course, then the Halo 3 and Halo Combat Vibe, Halo 2 was so good. And then Halo 3 came out. When Halo 3 came out, everyone got gassed. And 360 OG Xbox consoles that I can get behind how much I love them. No question. Oh yeah, trust. Oh, a LAN as well. You know, yeah, that's the thing with having having the LAN parties with your Xbox connected. Jeez, like, oh my god, and like you can imagine anyone playing Halo. You can imagine the LAN party setups for the Halo games. Oh, bro, no, I hate King Aggie. I hear you, bro. I hear you, bro. Also, oh yeah, also thanks again for tuning in the BTD Gamers stream. Oh, you're up, yeah. You're up at 3 a.m. in the morning. 3 a.m. is normal for me as well, so I can't say anything. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, bro. Yeah, Bob, first of all, shout out to King Aggie in the Twitch chat. Show my bro King Aggie some love. Show him some love. But yeah, and also like yeah, my boy King Aggie, bro. But got to meet my guy at like the first few times I went to proper big Capcom events, like especially like Capcom Street Fighter events. But shout out to my bro King Aggie, much love, bro. Thanks for tuning in, honestly. But yeah, so yeah, like you said, like having having 4 Xboxes, having a LAN party, you could because a lot of games like a lot of the FPS games like Halo, you could have up to 16 players online, up to 16 players through LAN, a LAN setup, and then of course offline split screen up to 4 players. Ah, fair enough, fair enough. You passed out, fair enough, fair enough. For me, I've actually got work tomorrow morning, so the only reason I'm still out because I started my stream for BTD Games a bit late today. That's the only reason I'm still out. But I'll be ending it soon in the next 20-30 minutes. So I'm just finishing up this topic about gaming and stuff, and then yeah. Yeah, no, honestly, let's be real. King Aggie, I'm sure you can agree with me, King Aggie. Like, you can definitely agree with me, bro. Offline split screen multiplayer and LAN parties is a very nostalgic thing that you don't get in a lot of console gaming now these days. Honestly, you don't get a lot of gaming in general now. So a lot of gaming now. Not saying it's a bad thing. Like we're in the era of online. We're in the era of online gaming now, and honestly, like online gaming has branched out to a lot of people now. It does allow people to branch out more, play. Having online sessions, meeting other players from around the world. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's a blessing. It's a blessing in another way, is what I'm trying to say. But there's something very nostalgic about couch gaming. Couch gaming, offline split screen, LAN parties. It's a different experience. It was different because you were in the same room, same room, or like when you have the LAN parties in the same house. You was in the same area, so you could still interact with the gamers you were playing with. You could talk to them. You could shit talk right in front of their face because you're with them. You could get gassed with each other and shit talk with each other, and then but you also I say to them, have fun with just enjoy and have fun. That's something that gaming now you don't really get to experience. So when you if you ever when anytime I'm a gaming event or I'm doing something at a Black Tech Day event, and I talk to some of the younger gamers, they don't understand it because they didn't get to experience it, and that's not their fault. The era of gaming they grew up in is different. The era of gaming that I grew up, and like my sister Kimiko Train 2 on the Twitch chat, my bro King Aggie in the Twitch chat, they can agree with it as well. Honestly, they can agree. They probably can agree with what I'm saying. That couch gaming experience was just that's what we grew up on. It was a different experience. But I do miss those days though. Honestly, I do miss those days. Alright, now let's talk about next thing to talk about when it comes to early gaming for me. So what did I talk about? I talked about my love for Street Fighter 2 when I grew up playing it as a kid, and just growing up on fighting games, now loving fighting games. I talked about how Halo 2 was like is my favorite FPS shooter that I grew up with. I mentioned how Final Fantasy X was my favorite JRPG that I grew up with. What's the next thing I want to talk about? Oh, okay. Let's talk about and I already mentioned this. I already mentioned this in my console bit of the video of the stream. But I grew up on the Sega Master System. I grew up on the Game Boy, PlayStation 1. them three. So the original Game Boy, the Sega Master System, and the PlayStation 1 were probably my first three consoles that was like that I got to enjoy, that was owned in my household growing up. And of course, then there was other things as well. Like my brother had a Game Gear, but I didn't really touch his Game Gear, or I think his Game Gear wasn't working anymore at the time I grew up. And then of course, then the original Xbox afterwards. But yeah, you know, so on PlayStation, so on PlayStation I had Street Fighter Alpha 3, Tekken 3, you know, Metal Gear Solid 1, Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9. What else? What else? Like I said, I played Looney Tunes Races, Tekken 3. So many games. Top off. Oh yeah, and then yeah, like the Crash Bandicoot games. You know, Crash Bandicoot 1 to 3. The Spyro games. Oh, in fact, no. Did any of you lot play Crash Bash? So Crash Bash is a Crash Bandicoot. It's a Crash Bandicoot. Bandicoot. It's a Crash Bandicoot party game. So it was an up to 4-player party game based around Crash Bandicoot. So you could choose the Crash Bandicoot characters, and it was a party game. They had like different bunch of mini games, mini party games. One game I want to give a shout out to. So back when I grew up on the OG Xbox. Yeah. Did you not ever play Fusion Frenzy? The first Fusion Frenzy. That was another up to 4-player party game, a bunch of mini party games. That's another, since we're talking about mini party games, and like Sega Master. So yeah, Sega Master System had Sonic the Hedgehog 1. I got to play Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the Master System version, the Streets of Rage 1 and 2 Master System versions. R-Type, yeah. So if none of you ever played R-Type, I recommend it. R-Type was like an OG spaceship shooter game. R-Type, big shout out to R-Type. I love R-Type. Well, it's R-Type. There was that, like I said, there was that 3D. There was that game that you could play with 3D glasses. I can't remember the name anymore, which is what's annoying. Then I remember when I got older, I literally bought a casino game for my master. This was when I was older though. But you know, I like the hours I spent on Streets of Rage 1, the master version of Streets of Rage 1 and Sonic the Hedgehog 1. I've clocked Streets of Rage 1 and Sonic the Hedgehog 1 on Master System multiple times. Multiple times. In fact, and the thing is, like, and in fact, I've played on some of my previous BTD Gamer streams, when I'm doing the non-fighting game streams. I did that Sonic the Hedgehog Master System version, Sonic the Hedgehog 1 stream of the Master System version, and I showed you a couple of the secrets and hidden things, and that one glitch on the first level where if you go down the hill, you can glitch right to the end of the stage. Yeah, and then on Game Boy, like I said, I didn't play too many other games on Game Boy, but you know, I got to play Pokemon Red with my brother. My sister had Super Mario Land. You know, our friend that let us borrow Spider-Man, and then let us keep it. And of course, like I said, I got Pokemon Blue on that. Yeah, so you know, that's just this is driving back to the console bit I was talking about. You know, consoles I grew up with, and you know, I spent a lot of my like, it was more teenage years on 360, you know, playing. So yeah, let's go back to OG Xbox. You know, like I said, I've played Ninja Gaiden Black so many times. You know, I've even clocked Ninja Gaiden Black on the Master Ninja mode, the hardest difficulty. And Ninja Gaiden 1/Black was not an easy game. The only annoying thing about Ninja Gaiden Black was I wanted to 100% the game. Alright, nice this. Thanks for watching the stream. The only annoying thing about Ninja Gaiden Black was, of all the side missions, I clocked every side mission but one. I didn't clock the last side mission in the game in Ninja Gaiden Black because it was so flipping difficult. I wanted to clock it, but I got to the point where I kept losing that side mission and I gave up. And I'm still frustrated. At some point, I'm going to play Ninja Gaiden Black again, the original Xbox version, and try to do that last side mission at some point, hopefully. Because I'm so annoyed. I clocked the whole game. I literally did every side mission apart from that last side mission. And of course, you know, on LG Xbox, Fable 1/The Lost Chapters, another old Xbox game that I've clocked so many times. I you can probably gather the way I described it. Ninja Gaiden 1/Black is my favorite Ninja Gaiden. Fable 1/Lost Chapters is my favorite Fable game. And like on the old, there were so many exploits you could do on the old Xbox version, like using hero save to get multiple silver keys to unlock the silver key treasures. A lot of the silver keys that the blue treasure books that required more silver keys early on. Using the hero save in the arena quest to stack up and farm gold. Yeah, and of course and of course Halo 1, and then I was like going back to Halo. I played so much Halo. Then 360 era, my love for Gears of War. Playing Halo 3 online, playing Halo 3 split screen with my friends, couch gaming sessions. Playing Ninja. Then of course Ninja Gaiden 2 came out. Fable 2 and 3 came out. Yeah, Fusion Frenzy 2 came out. One of the first games on 360 was Fusion Frenzy 2. Like I was talking about the party game Fusion Frenzy. Then they released a second one on thing. Oh, and then there was that free Doritos Crash Course game. It was a game, all not sponsored by Doritos. I can't remember. But then it was basically like Total Wipeout, but a gaming version of Total Wipeout. When Doritos Crash Course came, Doritos Crash Course was really popular when it first came out, and it was free to play as well. A lot of me and my friends would, like, me and my friends would play Doritos Crash Course. Like you submit your online score, like and of course, I got to, at points I got to experience NES. But these were we did actually own a NES in the house, but I don't think it works anymore. I think that was one of the consoles that stopped working when I grew up in my household. But I got to experience at points in my life. I got to experience NES, and a bunch of other consoles. And the work I do with the Science Museum at the Power Up exhibition. Please check that. Please check that out. Actually, please check that out. I do work at the Power Exhibition Science Museum. It's a gaming exhibition at the Science Museum in London. Exhibition Road in South Kensington. Please check that out. They have like new and old gaming consoles there, and they also have going back to the LAN party thing that King Aggie was talking about. They have a 16-player Halo ring setup there, like a proper LAN setup. So if you want to check out like a little gaming space, go to the Science Museum. And of course, if you have kids and stuff or your friends, you can enjoy the rest of the Science Museum as well as checking out Power Up. Yeah. Just a few other, let's talk about one more early gaming subject. More, I'm just trying to figure out something. What would be one more early gaming subject I'll talk about? I mean, of course, I've gone back to the experiencing London Trocadero as a kid. That was, but I want to talk about something that's completely different to nothing I've already talked about in the previous subjects. What can I talk about? I mean, I talked about my first fighting game. I talked about my first games as a kid. I mean, you know what? I could just leave it at that. Actually, you know what? Let me talk about two games. Names about two random games that I didn't mention I mentioned. Two games that I remember playing as a kid that were bloody amazing. So let me show you some images. So I'm just gonna talk about these briefly. So for anyone that loves anime, if you grew up watching like anime as a kid, please tell me if you don't remember this game. Image might be small. Sorry about it. So I can't find a big image right now. But I was just talking about this briefly. So anyone that grew up watching anime as a kid, do you remember this game, the Beyblade PlayStation 1 game? So this was the first few games I played that was a game based off like a manga / anime, and I used to watch the Beyblade, the UK dub version as a kid on, I can't even remember, it was on some kind of Saturday morning TV. I can't remember which one was it. Was it SMTV? It was on one of them. It was on one of them. Maybe SMTV. I can't remember. But yeah, I love this game. This game, I still play this game to this day. This is one of the first like anime manga slash gaming cross like into the gaming world games kind of games I ever played. Used to love this game. So and I'm someone who enjoys anime as well. I love my anime. I'm someone who enjoys anime. So it was good to have an anime game like this branch into gaming. That's one of them. Now, another one I want to talk about is a game based off a cartoon. Now, I'm sure everyone here knows Simpsons. Now, and I'm not talking about Simpsons Hit and Run. That would be too obvious. I'm talking about the Simpsons wrestling game on PS1. Now, if any of you all played this, I have much respect. Do any of you not remember this game? If any. Do you not any of you not remember the Simpsons wrestling game? Now, I won't lie. So I haven't played this game a lot recently, but back when we first had this game, I used to play this game a lot. And anyone who knows me knows I love Simpsons. Like, I love Simpsons. Like, not so much the newest Simpsons. I grew up watching the original, the more older seasons of Simpsons, the old school Simpsons. Not saying the new ones are bad, but it's just the kind of like style the new Simpsons are going towards. It's not like the old one. I grew up on like the comedy and art style of like the more older Simpsons. Like I grew up watching old school. Like I'm born in '99, so just to give you an idea, when I say old school Simpsons, I was born in 1993. So up to the point where when I became an older kid watching Simpsons. When I was a kid watching Simpsons on BBC Two, and they used to have French Prince. They used to have French Prince of Bel-Air after BBC. Simpsons used to come on at 6. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air used to come on at 6:30. Back to back, I'd watch both Simpsons and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So yeah, do any of you remember this on PlayStation? I used to play this on PlayStation 1, the Simpsons wrestling game. I used to use Willy a lot because you could drop all the garden tools. But Ned Flanders was a beast in Simpsons wrestling. He had like a healing, was it healing or revive? One of that thing. So kind of you just imagine being up Ned Flanders in the game, and then he used like his healing revive thing. Yeah. Anyway, that's just 2 random games I wanted to talk about to branch out to like end this session. But yeah, I mean, other than that, that's my let's talk about gaming stream for today. Of course, next week I'll be going back to I'll be back on my standard platform. I'll be doing next week. I'll probably be doing Tekken 8. Then the week after that will be non-fighting game. I might do Step Mania or continue my Halo 2 heroic campaign playthrough. Then I'll probably do Street Fighter 6 as my second week of fighting game, and then 4th week will be doing my non-fighting game stream. Let me change the music up. I'm just playing random gaming soundtracks. Let me go back to some Streets of Rage. But yeah, so yeah, thanks again for everyone that tuned in on the BTD Gamers channels. If you was watching on TikTok, Twitch, or if you was watching on the 2 streams I got on YouTube, the horizontal and vertical streams. Because like I said, on YouTube I set up 2 streams depending on your screen preference. If you're watching on a horizontal or vertical screen, that's why I had the 2 streams set up. Honestly, thanks again, and of course, follow at BTD Gamers UK on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. I've lost my train of thought. On X, then we got, of course, we do our we do our live streams on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. We have our Discord, and then of course we will also make sure we upload content at some point. Try regularly upload content on on our social media pages, on our YouTube. But just setting up our my usual pleasantries before I end the stream. So of course, first of all, we have our BTD Gamers streaming schedule. So like I said, this is outdated at the moment, just because there's been changes in the company. But this is just to give you a rough idea that at least you will get weekly content, at least for the most part, weekly content from BTD Gamers. And you can, like, example, you can see me technically, even though it says Monday 12 a.m. to 2 a.m., it's technically Monday heading towards Tuesday 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. from me. Then we have our BTD Gamers gamer cards. So of course, us official BTD Gamers. You can also follow us on our personal social media pages. You know, BTD Gamers is a platform that allows us to express ourselves to another audience. And then of course, please follow us as well. So you got me here, BTD Gamers Mr. Chines Boy. You know, you can follow me on all my social media pages as well. You know, I got my live streams, I got my game content, and I have also other content on my social media like gym, food, just festive stuff, you know. And of course, you know, I mainly play fighting games, but I do play other games as well, like Halo and stuff. So you can check out my content live streams. I like to do reaction videos to trailers, game trailers. Then you got BTD Gamers Aurelius Rise. You know, check him out on his socials. He plays games like Valorant and Tekken, just like me. He plays Tekken as well. Then you got Commander Corner. He himself is a pro gamer. You know, you can catch him playing a lot of like SC26. You can catch him at like tournament. He has his like own. He does a lot of his own streams. He has like you can catch him playing COD and, like, you know, Black Ops or, you know, Warzone. You know, BTD Gamers Hens. He likes to play. He does play some multiplayer games, but he mainly live streams himself playing and making content on single player and story mode games, single player and story games. So please follow his social and check him out for that. BT Gamers Deeks, you know, you can catch him play. You know, he plays. You know, follow him on his socials. He plays a lot of Call of Duty as well. You can catch him in like Call of Duty tournaments as well. Then we have the boss man himself, BTD Baker, Mr. Dexter Sims, the guy that's made Black Tech Day, Black Tech Divisions, BTD Game is possible. The guy that's made the Black Tech the Game events possible. You know, with us supporting, with us at BTD Game is supporting. You know, us as a subdivision of Black Tech Day, us supporting. You know, making the platform, the BTD Gamers platform possible, making me allowed to stream for you lot possible. You know, please check him out. You know, you catch him playing, you know, the GTA 5 RP mod. You know, we have our own. I'll go into it. In the Streets RP, the GTA 5 RP mod server, we have catch him playing SC26, playing Black Ops, Warzone. You know all the COD, Black Ops, Warzone, all that stuff. Then we have the BTD Gamers website. So, you know, btdgamers.com. You can find all the links to our social media pages there as well. If you want to follow our Discord community, the BTD Gamers Discord community. You know, the whole point of the website, you know, you can find more about what we are, who we are at BTD Gamers, how we want to support people that want to make their passion for gaming a career path. You know, any past, present, upcoming events that BTD Gamers will be involved in. More about the BTD Gamers themselves. And yeah, you know, please check out the website at btdgamers.com. And you know, just to quickly follow up. So like, just to quickly follow up, if you play like GT5 online, the PC version online, there's the GT5 roleplay mod, the RP mod. We have our own in this GTA 5 RP mod server called In the Streets RP. We even have our own In the Streets RP Discord community for that. So if you want to get involved with and join in our GT5 RP mod In the Streets RP server, you can message us. You know, join the Discord community, where we can also invite you to the In the Streets RP Discord community, and yeah, and then you can join in and play in the Streets RP mod sessions. Pardon me. But just before I end the stream as well, going back to when I was talking about events and gaming spaces, like, you know, like I said, do I have it here? I don't know if I have it on this side of the stream. I don't think I do. I do apologize. I do apologize. I don't think I have it here. Yeah, I don't have it. That's a shame. But just, I mean, if you're watching on the full screen streams, yeah, I do work at the Science Museum, the Power Up exhibition. You know, this is another gaming venue you can check out, gaming space you can check out. It's a gaming exhibition at the Science Museum in London. Bunch of different game. It's a family-friendly event. You can also explore the Science Museum. Different games there. 2-player games, 4-player games, single-player games, different genres, new and old gen. Yeah, check that out. But yeah, other than that, I'll leave. You know, that's me done. I literally have work tomorrow at 6 a.m. in the morning. Can you believe that? The only reason I'm not tired, and then of course I started the stream late because I took a little nap, which kind of turned to sleep. But yeah, anyway, thanks again for everyone that joining. You know, follow at BTD Gamers UK. You know, check out BTD Gamers. Please check out my personal pages as well as the other BTD Gamers. And yeah, you know, thanks again for tuning in, everyone. Much love for that. That's BTD Gamers, Mitch Boy signing out. Take care.